Hi, this is BJM Graphics in conclusion of my coffee table attempt. I decided to start over because I made mistakes. In the joint. I didn't know exactly the proper way to cut. I measured twice to cut once. But when you cut, there's a special way to cut, or I try to go by my memory by watching YouTube video, but I just can't. For some reason, I just couldn't get it right. Couldn't get the finger joints right. So I'm just showing you the flaws. If I could get the camera ready. Not much. Yeah, there it is. You've seen it. Okay. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, and it's pretty messy here, but that's just the nature of the beast, woodworking. I believe in cleaning up only after it's done, or else it just gets dirty again. But what I've learned is that you can't have delusions of yourself. If you make a mistake, don't say, well, it's just a slight mistake. I could continue. I could make it right. I could go with it. And I think it's because I had a mindset thinking like a home builder. The studs in the wall aren't perfect. It's just ugly 2x4s up there. They don't have to be perfect. They just have to be within the margin of error in making the frame. If you think about the wall, these walls have ugly studs, every home. But they work. Furniture making have a much narrower discrepancies. Tiny. So I'm starting over, but I'm doing it right. I'm hitting the brakes. And the moment I make one tiny little mistake, hit the brakes. Because if you don't hit the brakes, you end up wasting wood material. And when you lose wood material, you lose, that's money. So it's best to start over, lose a little bit of money. That's okay, because you purchase a little extra for mistakes. If you think you could just keep on working, that you're being denial, being delusional. That's a beginner's mistake. And always go back to your reference. If it's videos or a PDF file, I guess that's where I should have went down and probably slowed down. But even with this mistake, you could learn with it's pretty strong. I mean, it's pretty strong. It's pretty sturdy. And then so yeah, that's a solid kick, So it's pretty strong, even though it's going to be. I don't believe throwing away a mistake. I believe in keeping it as tools. You could pull it out right here, tools. I might even one day put a lid on it. So just open up, or maybe just leave it as is. In the garage, I could organizer, use it as an organizer. So you could use it as an organizer. So a bad mistake could do it. I decided to go a miter cut, 45-degree angle. Let me go and show you what the heck I'm talking about. I'm doing it in a different room that's AC because it's pretty darn hot. Yeah, the green tape I got it. It's a project, another project I had to do. This is my assembly crafting room. And, I know I'm gonna vacuum up the mess, but nothing major here. I do all the cutting in the garage. I do the assembly here because it was for the AC, and it's much more enjoyable to be sitting your ass down on a nice carpet, like so, right? So what? A miter joint is a 45-degree angle joint. Basically, this is it. Now you think of picture frames, and the table saw or a circular saw, and they just cut, like so. And a 245s makes a 90 degrees, right? Now this storage part is not 90 degrees 100%. It's slightly off on one corner. I can't show it to you. Let me see. Maybe I can show it to you. I do have my square. Okay. Basically, I'm so clumsy with the camera and stuff. Basically, if you put it right here, it doesn't quite, okay, this side. Okay, this side's not. This side's pretty good, actually. Actually, let me see. See, I don't have a good camera equipment. Ow! I can't show it to you, but it's not flush. It's not 100% flush. Just take my word for it. It's not 100% flush. The reason why is when I put a brace, a triangular brace, basically made out of wood, it broke, but because it's just made out of wood. But you put it's a triangle wedge here, and there's this triangle wedge on the inside, and then I clamp it, and I try to adjust it, eyeball it. I didn't check with the square. See, when you do it, you're supposed to check it, because that way you could, I guess because I put my faith in geometry, 45 equals 90, no brainer, right? No, wood is not geometry, wood is nature. I repeat, wood is not geometry, wood is nature. The cutting is geometry, yes, 45 degrees. And if we were talking about metal, I won't need to use this because steel behaves if this was made of steel. Steel's not a living matter. This is still alive, even though it's been kilned for the store and they sell it to the public. But still, it still takes years for wood to die, like the house does in the house, like some old home, right? You know, your home will they're popping, creaking, and sometimes you can hear in the attic a little creaking, popping sound. That's living wood responding. My furniture, until it's old, then it's not living. But anyways, so even if I was careful, I thought I learned my lesson, but I did better. I did really good. It's not 100% straight. So what I did is I flipped the storage over. Now the bottom side is the off. The top side is good. Why? I don't know. It's 90 degrees here, but the bottom here is off. Not a lot, but enough for this top board. And I made this top board. It's really the bottom board. I'm sorry. This is the bottom. When I flip the table, when I flip it, this is the bottom. I made this bottom on 2 pieces, and you can see there's a seam right there. And I use I don't have, I'm not rich enough to buy a biscuit jointer, which is the machine you put it in and mix it. I took a Dremel. Let me show you the Dremel I used. I use this. It's made to cut wood. And basically, and this is my plans, you know, I made this on the computer, simple plans. Basically, it makes the slits for these biscuits, right? So basically, I have about 5 of them, and to measure and center, I used the square up against the side, like so, and I draw a line across and flip it. Draw a line across this little ledge where my thumb's at, flush against the side. That helps draw the center for the sides of the boards, because the sides is narrow enough to use this little trick. See, if you go like this, draw a line. You know, draw a line, just draw a line, and you flip it, and you go this way. So that way you create a side. So that way you have a center space on the side. When you Dremel, you kind of go back and forth to make a groove, and you have to and you test it with the biscuit. You push it in. So when I push it all in, and I glue this, right? There's a mallet, so glue it, and that's how you make the top or bottom. And as you can see, this is right on the money on this edge, because this side is square. See, none of it overhangs. None of it overhangs or underhangs. You know, it's good. So what am I going to do when I flip this thing over to put the tabletop? Good question. Well, to hide my mistake, the tabletop wood is larger than this base. So you want to hide if you're making a coffee table with storage and it's not quite square, and you're just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Make sure the tabletop is larger than the base. That way the tabletop or I guess another word for it, the leaf, you know, for the table, what exceeds, and that's part of the design. It would exceed maybe about 3 inches out all around. So you imagine this thing was flipped over. This is the bottom now. It flipped over, and the tabletop, which is coming in the mail, it's cherry, and it's bigger. And then I'll have to purchase a router, and I'll route it. And so that would cover my mistake. And the naked eye is be fooled. You know, as long as you can fool the naked eye, and then it's okay. If someone eyeball and said, "Oh, it's crooked," oh, oops, then you really messed up. But if nobody could notice, without using a tool like this, if nobody could notice, then is it really crooked? Is it really crooked? No, you know. That's the thing I've learned now. I know I don't want to screw up. I don't want to have another incident like in the garage. This is a good, Solid stuff. Oh yeah, for the joints, I just use glue. I didn't put no biscuits or anything here. The YouTube, this one YouTube guy said you don't have to. If you clamp it right, the glue will make a strong enough bond. Plus, you're gonna have this attached to here. That makes it even stronger. So there's no need to have it, and it's actually quite tricky to do. If you want a hidden biscuits, or you don't want no finger joints. You want a clean, sharp edge. Well, I'll have another update video. It's not fancy. I don't show you how I do it because I don't have fancy equipment. So I apologize not having step by step. People say, "Oh, gee, why don't you show it? Why you gotta be so amateur like? Don't show us step by step." I don't have the equipment. I don't have the software, the editing. I don't have the setup or anything like this. Only thing I could do is show you updates. That's it. So this is an update part. This is a redo of my coffee table with a pop-up. So the next update video, this will be attached. This bottom will be attached to the base, and there'll be a legs and frame. That will be that update. The next update will be the finish with tabletop and the riser that allows it to pop up. And then the next video will be the post-production stain protection on that stuff. I'll go over what I've done. But I pray to God that I'll have this project, because I'm not gonna I told God I'm not gonna be defeated. I'm not gonna be defeated. You know, I know I had to budget and be careful with my money. I said, Lord, I'm a hard son of a gun. And I told her, look, Lord, I'm stubborn. I'm hard as my parents. I said, you guide me, guard me, and protect my finances. I know my responsibility, but you know that I'm stubborn. So you have to help me, because I'm not going to quit. You have to help me. I have to succeed. And I have my answers. This is the best do-over answer. Might not work for everyone. This is a good one. And I'm going slower. I'm taking my time, and I'm dispelling any delusions. I'm not gonna have no, oh gee, I could do it. No, if I really think really bad, I'll screw up. I'll have to quit. I was thinking I might have to separate a side and re-glue it, which is you take a chisel and just slightly baby tap off, and then they take a sander and just say off the old glue, reapply glue, redo it, and reclamp it to fix it. I was prepared to do that because it's doable. You can re-glue. You can. You just have to sand down the old glue off. But I was like, well, what if I flip it? And actually, it's better. It's better than the other side. So I'm fortunate, and I'm gonna take my sweet ass time making the legs too. So look forward for the next video, probably another week or two, hopefully, based on my schedule, and I'm really taking my time on this project. Thank you for watching. This is BJM Graphics, and out.